perform, but this is a great way to change up stuff for the better. FaZe is under a lot of pressure very early on. Is able to still get a kill, but the B site is very much opened up for Envy. And these last two surviving members of C9 are going to be slow to the rotation. And Mummy's there waiting with the shorty right on this corner, but nobody's going to go that direction quite wisely.
Yeah, the thing is, even just holding down this angle is going to make things tough for the remaining players on the retake. And already with the information of where Relix is, he can't flash his way out of that one. It is going to be the pistol round going the way of Envy check. So maybe a little bit of miscommunication from Envy in that battle, because I don't feel like there should be a way where your operator player just gets peeked aggressively while you're trying to hold an angle. Relix, gotta be careful. They need to push through, but an easy kill on the first. The trade is quick, but at this point, C9 can handle trades in return. FaZe has done just that. Do they expect it? Seems like they do. An easy entry for Caboose. He is very low on HP though as he goes pushing into the side. And there's that paranoia! They line up! Shinobi's gonna get two! He slowed them as well. The rest of his team have the chance to rotate, but Mummy is very quick on the flick to close him out. Another peek from Relix though, and it's another double. Everything coming up for C9. And now all that's left is the operator. Hot hands will literally burn him out of the corner, but luckily the Phoenix using the run it back is going to have to fall back into his initial position. But with only 15 seconds left, the spike on the ground, can't really expect much from the Jet in this scenario, and eventually, well, just has to make the decision to fall back and hold on to that operator.
Alex is going to push it a little bit more though. You can see Mummy's pretty low on health. Time's out. He does manage to get the kill, and another operator on his side. No, decided not to pick it up. Tens already has his.
Either way, looking like about to get a challenge in towards mid. He's got past one, but he actually makes it through. The distraction works for Caboose. He gets an entry and helps out. Makes to get the other. Tens has just killed himself. Oh, no one else can do it, so he's had to do it for them. It's just going to be holding the angle. This is an open position to take, but actually it's not expected. That's the opener, the flash through. Even the ultimate that he just picked up off that one frag is enough for him to just look to decimate as he sprays through the smoke. 3 kills already for FaZe. That all came off the back of that first kill. Now they can just look to try and slaughter the remainder. Even throwing in the boom bot to try and catch out another.
How they're going to anchor particular sites, what kind of utility to look out for. In this case, the paranoia was good that Midge tried to get on top of it, but unfortunately he does get traded out by Envy, and even then, Relic's breaking the wall. It's taken out in the process. Showstopper is going to be used on the attack onto the B side, but nobody's even really there. The shot misses out on a lot. Shinobi's adding a bit more damage, and Akis gets his third kill with a nice, juicy 1 versus 2 with Tens coming in to try and save the day with the operator.
Whole lot of time either. They're gonna have to go for this pretty quick. The first one's for free. He knows where the second is, and there's nothing Akis can do. And they're actually gonna try and use some dark cover to get him out of there, but I don't think that's quite where he wanted it to land. It doesn't matter for FaZe. He peeks out, gets both, but Akis sprays 2 down in return. It's still gonna be a tough clutch as he needs 2 more. The aftershock not really clearing anything here, but the blind is gonna leave him well. Might not be expected. Seems like Tens is currently facing in the other direction, but the worry will be from Relix, and the second player coming in from exactly the same spot. FaZe will not be checked for. And an 8-4 half in the end from C9. I think they can be fairly happy with that.
Have a few clutches of their own.
Oh, paranoia versus paranoia. Tens gets a freebie, and FaZe has already picked off. That's the A site open for business. This pistol is already looking over, if anything. There'll need to be some big plays coming out, and Akis has managed to get into ropes before it's been fully taken. I do wonder if that's part of the plan, but Caboose also manages to get the kill onto Relix. Tens are just waiting around this corner. The reason he hasn't got aggressive, well, that gun doesn't exactly work too well at range. His teammate also gonna fall. A pistol round looking bleak, but now into a 3 versus 3. The jumping shots, though, from the shorty looks for a little more, and that's a high damage shot at least. Caboose onto 68 HP, but they're still within a chance, and FNS has found Shinobi. It's all fallen apart. It's left onto FaZe once again, and he gets the first, but he can't quite do anything else. A 3v5 coming up for Envy, and an all-important pistol round. This is one they can't afford to let slip, and unfortunately, there's now some weaponry in their hands as well. Mummy trying to do it all, and he will get 2. But there's a chance for the heal to come in for Relics. At least give him a little bit more of a chance in this 1v1. However, he doesn't know where Calypso is coming from, and the instant headshot keep Envy in it. Both this round and the last have been incredibly close and more problematic. FNS is almost just playing with his food at this point. He's just pinging them again and again as they push into the site. A double for FNS, and he's done enough here. There's 7 seconds left. They just have to deny the plant, and that's exactly what they'll do. C9, they couldn't do anything versus the Cypher, and it's why we sort of talk about it being a staple on this map. It seems like the attackers have decided to switch their play a little bit further towards mid. The problem is Calypso is already aware of this. He's holding the rotation. First kill all too easy, a second as well. Doing his job perfectly. And already you can see the Cypher of FNS is just waiting patiently in case they try and go back in that direction. I don't think it matters what Mitch does here. Though. 1 versus 3, he needs to isolate the duel, and Akez is already waiting for it.
And now FNS is going to be put under a little bit of pressure, decides, nope, I'm out. Calypso has a nice little off angle too, is able to get one, but his position giving up. He's going to try and hop, skip, and jump out there as much as possible. Hence he's going to put some pressure on the even, and Aftershock tried to use. Calypso gets a second, but eventually the Phoenix could grab him up. FNS is still trying to anchor this site as much as possible. We have seen the Rays come to his rescue a little bit, but there's so much pressure, so little time for Cloud9. But luckily, the Cypher has it all under control.
Openers that aren't just based off individual brilliance. At the moment, it's going all the way of Envy. That seems to be happening once again. The rotation, though, allows Mitch and Relics to both find picks. The hot hands thrown in to try and deny some space from Jet, but it doesn't work. He's going to make his way into heaven, but he's walked in with his knife out instead. And finally, after a long hiatus from the board, Cloud9 are going to manage to pug their way through one.
They're going towards A. They're just getting the Phoenix to be a distraction.
Oh, that's rough for Calypso. He uses the paranoia to at least slow them down. It's down to this man once again. FNS, he gets one, but he can't quite stop the second. Has he bought enough time, though? As they've got to try and get to the site with the spike. It's just about going to be planted within the nick of time. And that leads them into this 2 versus 3 situation. A missed shot for Mummy actually causes Akis to go down. Caboose from above trying his best, but it's Shinobi to find the trade. And now it's just down to Caboose, and he can't do anything. Tens up with 3 as Relics. And now Shinobi's trying to TP him from behind. It's not going to work for FNS. That big brain is sitting hard on his shoulders, and it leaves Relics now 1 versus 4. The ultimate should do enough. He's actually still alive, but not for long. 20 seconds. Like, realistically, what can C9 do from this point? There's not enough time on the clock. Akers as well, perfectly placed to find another kill. They have to go now, and this crossfire is sublime. Envy are going to take us to overtime. They catch it off at the end after what was a great initial streak on their defensive side. Leaves us in a 3 versus 1. There's Relics alone. The spike planted with plenty of time to spare. No ultimate, of course. It's very difficult to get. And overtime does at least have his flashes.
Going up.
Also going to be using the Blaze just to try and give him some extra space to clear some angles, but the fact is the remaining players are just sat back, patient, waiting in their crossfire, not giving him any ground, any faces, any fights to take, although eventually FNS will peak. It doesn't matter. Really work out quite the way that C9 were hoping. Hadn't tried anything like that in a while, and not even checking towards the ropes. It's a freebie. That's 2 now that have gone the way of Envy. Looking to at least get themselves the first map, and I think it might be done. There's only 2 remaining. Make it just 1. As now Shinobi has to try and clutch this out. The man who's currently bottom of the board has to try and do it all. 5 players stand in his way. It's been a strong defense from either side, but it seems like this time it will be Envy to take the victory. They do just about.
Map they're playing, and Shinobi has moved over to the Sylvan. Cloud9 playing their de facto lineup.
Oh dear lord, this is a slaughter. It seems like the all-B strat came in. It just worked out. It's one that's been passed down from generation to generation.
A few more viewers coming from Myth Stream, so welcome guys. Hope you enjoy the Valorant esports scene, and be sure to love and support these players as they're going in. Akis is trying to add a bit more pressure onto Cloud9, but that spike is going to deploy sooner rather than later, but it seems that the rest of Cloud9 are going to get taken out by it. Nobody survives.
Exciting, but we have seen some real pistol prowess from a few of these teams, and oh, it's going to be a very aggressive start from TenZ. Even still, though, a one and done's really not that bad considering the investment, and with how many players are currently surrounding this B site, there's a real opportunity here. They've gone for the stack. Calypso came up big, but unfortunately, it isn't going to be enough.
The Vice is just going to hold on site. Maybe he could have sort of worked out if Calypso goes left, he could go right. Not quite sure if the paranoia connected, but at least the effect is going to be rescinded by now, at least. Vice is looking the opposite direction, spots him, but he doesn't have far to go. He's peeking wide, trying to peek at the right time. Fortunately, Calypso just takes his time, is patient, gets the kill, and an easy defuse for Envy. The Calypso's going to have a nice paranoia that goes through. The camera is probably going to spot him there. It does, tags him. Got that resolution. I suppose the TenZ just dunks on the top of his noggin. Relics can add on the kill to Caboose. They wanted to do it in style, and it's very much that. Akis is there to try and anchor the site as much as possible, but the Nero effect is going to give him away. He still gets the kill onto TenZ and can flick onto Vice at the same time. So whilst that intel is available for Cloud9, they did lose 2 people in the process. FNS and Mummy are going to be holding the scaffold in high ground, but they're teleporting to B. This is the big bait, and Relic's using the ultimate in the right way. He's on his own, though.
That was so sick. They actually threw the spike across the gap so that he could use that TP and get into the site. That was a really nice play from C9, and now it is left all onto FNS. That definitely needs to be clipped in its own right, but maybe FNS can get one himself. He's got to try and find 3 more. This is not going to be an easy retake, but the rotation's still coming in for the remainder of the players. Technically, Relix is alone. As I say that, Mitch comes in to support. Nice first one for FNS. I think he realizes where they are, and he could actually just start defusing this, at least get it to halfway. The peak's going to be coming out, but it's waiting for it. Now FNS could just stick it. I don't know if they're going to get there in time. Vice coming around the corner, goes with the pistol, and he's got that diffuser. This is unreal. This is all the plan to try and trick the peak to come in, but he's actually going to pick up the judge. He's going for the close range angle. Now Shinobi looks to pounce and there's the judge shot. Does he have enough time? It's going to be so close. He's got it within a second. 2 rounds in a row that have been stolen away from Envy. That is an unbelievable play.
Sneaky beaky like. Oh no, wait, that's the other game. Mummy's going to be holding with the operator to see if anybody's going to peek, but Relix has a nice opportunity. Nobody's looking, but he's not looking at Calypso, who pokes around the corner and gets a second with the Ghost upgrade into a Phantom. Mitch is on the site alone. Vice is coming to his rescue as quickly as possible, but it might not even be needed as Mitch gets his third. His position giving up the wall is going to go up just to protect himself from the wall bang from Akis. Mummy is also knowing that there's going to be Vice around this corner too. So he's got to try and help his teammate, or at least buy a little bit of time. Can't win that fight against Akis. So now it's just Mitch, 91 health. Double peek has come in, but he just narrowly escapes it. There's not much time. The defuse is coming in. Can there be another defuse ninja in at the right time? It seems likely, and it is. 0.82 seconds. Envy keep getting away with it.
Make their way through the A short position. Looking to try and clear some angles, but it's in fact Akis with the free kill. The wall does deny a little bit longer, but the rest of the team just go barreling into the A site. Still holding the line is Caboose as he finds another. Just 10 seconds left for them to get this spike down, but they will just about succeed. However, in the meantime, the retake has already begun. It's the Fury out from Mummy to close the round, and they are going to get their 5th on that defense side. Boost. Taking a bit of a risky fight. In fact, TenZ is going to win it. It gives that man advantage back to an even setting, and in fact, it's looking like they're going to try and pounce on this. However, look at the position of the spike. It is very, very far away. They're trying to take the site without it, and it's not been very successful so far. FNS, again, just holding strong, and even has the information. They're probably going to be quite surprised where that last man is. And Shinobi is still stuck in the middle. A 6-6 scoreline, and well, in all honesty, a pretty damn decent defense coming out from Envy towards the latter stages of the half.
They have to win Ascent and then Bind following.
The best start, as already it is going to be the initial kills going in the favor of that Envy roster, as they will have the A site firmly under their control. For a taste from Relics, should be clearing out some of these closer positions, and the shock darts will deny Mitch's presence up top. In fact, a lot of them are just going to be sitting down low in the cubby, just waiting for anybody to try and rotate in. The fact is there really isn't much coming at the moment from the defense. They're taking their sweet time, and they've got a hell of a lot of positions to clear, a lot of people to kill if they are going to want to take this pistol. And the paranoia even going to push a little bit more into this aggressive take. Relix has, however, found one. The trade would be so far from the jet of Mummy and leave FNS to close out the round. Envy take themselves the pistol.
To stick his ground and get a few frags. Mitch is full on dedicating to it. Can get one, is going to run out, put the wall up. Shinobi's just got to hold his own, and fingers crossed he doesn't get picked up.
Oh, it's only 2, but it's still a lot of damage done. I was thinking he could maybe get the lot. Relix, though, with the paranoia, is going to leave them blind, and Mummy trying to take the P10s to trade, leaving just Calypso alone. 1 on 3, a tough one at that. He may get the kill onto Vice, a nice first shot, but he's running out of time, and the remaining 2 players know he has to go back towards this site. He's not going to expect 10s in that close corner angle. It will be a quick break back from C9. They'll get their 7th onto the board again, but this is where Envy have thrived. This is where their players have stepped up and done so much damage within this series so far. The individual prowess gets only 1, though. A quick trade, and within a matter of seconds, we see the slaughter of Envy. It's a lead taken now from C9 as they look to survive within this series.
Good and stuff being good, you would expect this to go the way of Cloud9.
Shinobi been pulling out the big guns, but it's only going to be 1 this time. However, again, they've come up trumps with the advantages in these late stages of the round. Their retakes have looked good. Finesse trying to hold on, but not really anything he can do here. As it will be now double digits hit for C9. I feel like they lose too many personnel with how aggressive they're trying to be. Never mind though, Vice actually caught in no man's land, and he's one of the only defenders of this site. The other was Relix, and he's gone as well. This time the retake going to be tough for Shinobi. Can he do it to them? There's 1, but Mummy not going to allow anything else. No more Odin for you. Well, it's down to just 2. We do have the Blade Storm already popped, and in fact they revived 1. That's so clean from 10s. How much more can he do though? There's 1 in the corner, looking for a little more, but he's at least found the info. He knows that there's 1 below. The Odin being spammed. In fact, the flank from FNS leaves it onto 1. Calypso goes for it, but Mitch will win the duel with the pistol. An easy defusal and a retake that really should have never been.
They're giving Envy a little bit more respect. They just need to dwindle people down 1 by 1. Relix does spot people. Mitch gets a nice little off angle. And even Shinobi with the Odin is able to get a bit more. Cloud9 looking to be able to take this one. It's just up to Mummy to try and close this out. And Shinobi with the Odin puts it to bed. Of course it is. 10s back over onto the Rays. Had a good showing, and they had defended first and ready to run into the stack. There's been super aggressive first rounds with the pistols, but it's FNS that gets the first blood. Gonna put a bit more pressure onto Cloud9, who are forced back, and Paint Shell is gonna provide a little bit of space. But Caboose is able to pick up a 2nd. 10s is chipping away at Akis, but does eventually get the frag. A bit of an awkward one. Caboose almost goes down to the boom ball, but doesn't quite get the kill confirmed at least. And man, it's a scrappy one to begin with, Tom.
Yeah, definitely not quite as clean as either of the teams would have liked. Of course, we've seen the Cypher of Vice gain some information for his squad, but the rotation's quite far behind. It's going to be very difficult for them to clear all of these angles, especially now with Mummy also falling back. He is on that Cypher once again. Cage gonna go down, but they've already pinged it. This is exactly what I was mentioning. Just in case they go for it already, another will fall as FNS finds a pick, and it will be Mummy to close out 1 more. Time it's actually taken this rotation to come in. There's even a flank coming. This is going to be a big surprise. They may not even need it as FNS is coming in on the back, and there's absolutely no one to even spot. Eventually he'll get the kill onto Shinobi instead, and they will take a 3-0 start. Great work from Envy. Cover. Used. FNS actually caught, and that could be enough. He's used his ultimate to try and get into the site, and he's been delayed. Run it all the way back. Akis does get the opener, but he doesn't expect the aggression of Relix, who's managed to find 2. He's kept this round going for his team. Nice shot from Mummy, though. And now it's left all onto 1. The timing going to be everything, but he gets the 2nd. Well, I take everything back that I said about an aggressive Cypher operator. Mummy's making it work. Going to the half as well, where
Ooh.
Making things costly really isn't enough. They need to start winning some of these rounds. They've done some early damage. Hens, in fact, will get the kill, but the trades are so fast. The showstopper again is going to achieve nothing. Been the most successful ultimate so far, and Caboose, well, he said he wanted to come back with a bang. 3 kills is definitely not bad. An operator retrieved, though, for Mitch. Can heal himself, but it may just have to be the decision to say. I can understand the attempt, but this crossfire should be deadly. Peek from one. Actually, Shinobi gets both. That never should have happened. And now there really is an opening in this round. They brought this back from a 2v5 down to just 2. Another one coming up. Shinobi needs to finish his dinner, and he'll get there in the end. The time, though, is ticking. He's going to start that defusal, just sticking it all the way through. He has to let go, and he hits the shot as well. Does he have enough time? I think he's just about got it. What a play from Shinobi. He's going to win that out, get their first round. That was a 2 versus 5 that never should have been.
They might be able to bring Bind back.
Oh, Vice might be caught reloading. Actually tends to go down, and he's going to go through. Now it's Vice's turn to earn some style points, as he's found 4 kills. How on earth has he managed to do that?
Need to see more of this from Cloud9. There's a power vacuum, I suppose, on who the best team in NA is, and Tens has been relatively quiet on Bind, but that's a great start to kill Mummy, who's been the main operator player, so the sniper rifle not necessarily going to be in their hands. And a lot of ultimates for Cloud9 too, so they're relatively safe going into this round at least. But they have bluffed up a couple of occasions. There's another kill from Tens, so things are looking decent for this round at least.
Great for me.
Ooh. Okay,
Oh, he
we're
gets that
seeing
shot.
a few
What
players
was it?
now. Yeah. Style points. And he's going to get his 4th. He's looking for it. He knows that the man on the other side has been tagged. He has the showstopper if he really wants to add insult to injury, but I don't think this would be the right time to use it. And even still being relatively careful. Most of the clutches thus far have been based off these mistakes, but here we go. It's the ace for Tens.
People's attention away for a second.
Camera taken out.
Push back in, and well, it's not going too well for C9. Maybe just Mitch remaining, and I feel like he may want to try and get this operator out of his hands. He does actually have the res, but not really anybody close by that he can actually bring back into the action, and in fact, he's going to lose that operator. However, we're going to have Caboose just peeking his way, and he does a lot of damage, but he doesn't actually get the kill. He's going to go hunting for it, and he gets one more flying through the air. Vice, however, quick to trade. Looking at Calypso, just trying to find a way back into this one. In fact, now Tens, he uses his showstopper as well, and he's found another. The Spike trying to make its way into the site, but they will deck all remaining players. Calypso with 3 in the end. The Omen closing the half, and an 8-4 attacking side. That is not bad from Envy. Pistol all important, especially for C9 if they're going to have a chance. The paint shield thrown in. That was actually a headshot, I believe. Maybe even through the corner of the wall. Calypso's rotated in and spotted his opposition. Mummy catching off another one. This is starting to look quite bleak for C9. A pistol loss here would leave them so far down on that attacking side. They're going to try and make the rotation back, but there's already a man waiting on the other side. It's going to be FNS. He's close up, and they peek before the scan. He actually hits a second headshot, but it's not quite enough to gain the kill. Caboose, however, is ready and waiting. And it's left all onto Mitch. His position given away by the trip mine, and while the rest of the team just slowly surrounding him. Great pistol round from MV. If he's up in their face, we've seen it can wipe someone out in one shot. Gonna be able to get past as well. This is perfect.
Oh,
He's even gonna go for the knife. We've finally seen one in the tournament. See you later, Shinobi. This would be a horrible way for things to go wrong, and he's even gonna get the second at range. I said it was trash. It took 4 shots, for God's sake. But he's killed off Mitch anyway. This goes from bad to worse for C9, as they now have a 2-man disadvantage, and a round they should have won. And Mummy even gonna sneak up at the B site. It's going to come down to these duels, and they don't even realize that there's so many players here. This is almost looking flawless, but finally Vice gets one. Something to return, but they've wasted so much time, and now TenZ goes down to Caboose. It's left onto Vice, 1 versus 4, 25 seconds. They know where he is as well, and they don't check the angle. That was a round with 1 rifle, a shotgun, and some pistols. And Envy make it look like they were the ones with the better buy. It's a lot of information. I like the fact that they've utilized the cage. But, yeah, not quite as clean as he probably would have liked. Now it comes down to Calypso. Nice shot on the back of the operator. A second for him as well. The jump over the top. It is going to be the kill eventually for Caboose. A little bit of a dicey one, but they sit in this 4 versus 2. If they can clean this up, they sit on map point. More importantly, for the opponents on the other side, this is their chance to cling to life. Vice with a nice start. He's going to find out the information, but he's being pushed. He doesn't realize. That leaves it all down to just 1. Mitch to try and clutch this out. They might not expect him to be around the toilet so soon. He's made the rotation, but Calypso finishes the triple. And we'll give the 12th over to Envy. Now 4 players just waiting on this site. There's even the teleport available. This is over. Surely the spray down comes in, but they do get 2 on the entry. They may not expect 2 more to be here as it is done. Envy are going to send C9 down to the lower bracket.